Hello and good afternoon. Here is the news at 4. First, the highlights. Governor Sanwo-Olu unveils 500 billion naira produced for Lagos off-taker initiative with strong partnerships. House of Representatives to investigate NNPC, Dangote Refinery on downstream petroleum challenges. On a foreign team, Gaza hunger crisis worsens as starvation death toll rises to 111. And in sport, Italian tennis player Yannick Sinner reinstates fitness coach amid doping fallout ahead US Open. Now the details. I am Akan Usen. Governors of Ogun, Ondo, Ekiti, Kogi, Niger, Taraba, Jigawa states converged on Lagos as Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu launched a 500 billion naira Produce for Lagos off-taker program to boost food security, affordability, and strengthen agro partnerships. Speaking at the event held at the Lagos House, Ikeja, Governor Sanwo-Olu said the initiative, an offshoot of the state's agricultural and food systems roadmap, is a logical step to guarantee finance access, logistics support, connect to Lagos' dynamic food economy, create job opportunities, and increase economic returns for every stakeholder in the agricultural chain. Governor Sanwo-Olu hinted that over 150 LNG 40-feet trucks will be available to enhance logistics.
The fund, like we said, is not a subsidy, it's an investment vehicle that will catalyze the private capital. It will stabilize food prices and it will help completely de-risk agricultural operation across the value chain. What we're doing here is that we're creating a whole new agricultural ecosystem on one that will rise from the demands of today and of tomorrow to combining our policy that will well focus to creating a financing model that would outlive us and building infrastructure that will live even for generations that are coming behind us.
Earlier in her welcome address, Commissioner for Agriculture and Food Systems, Abisola Olusoya, described the initiative as not just a policy, but a bold sovereign system to empower farmers, off-takers, producers, and other stakeholders to nourish consumers as a commitment and shared responsibility.
That Lagos, Africa's largest urban consumer base, will no longer be served by chance, but through coordination, commitment, and shared responsibility. And the 500 billion naira off-taker guarantee fund, it serves as the anchor that will give off-takers the confidence to buy, farmers the assurance to plant, financiers the boldness to invest, and Nigerians the certainty of daily nourishment.
Stakeholders at the event, including the Chief of Defense Staff, Christopher Musa, Minister of Livestock Development, Idi Mukhtar Maiha, Minister of State for Finance, Uzoka Anite, Chairman, Senate Committee on Agriculture, bank executives, were all optimistic that the initiative, leveraging partnerships with other states and the private sector, will expand food production not only for Lagos residents, but the country in general. Our correspondent Adeola Akindele reports that despite being one of sub-Saharan Africa's economic powerhouses, Lagos grapples with limited landmass for agricultural production, which makes interstate collaboration essential for the project. The Lagos State Ministry of Housing is stepping up efforts to safeguard infrastructure and improve livability in government-owned estates across the state. To prevent deterioration and ensure environmental and physical compliance, the ministry has intensified monitoring estates. This comes with the deployment, training, and equipping of environmental health and monitoring officers. Commissioner for Housing, Moruf Akinderu-Fatai, made this known during an inspection of new patrol vehicles allocated to the ministry's monitoring and enforcement unit. Akinderu-Fatai said the move is aimed at curbing infractions that could damage infrastructure or reduce the quality of life in government estates. Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Abdulaziz Toriola, noted that the new vehicles will support officers in covering more ground across the 5 divisions of the state. And now to the rest of the stories. Chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Petroleum Resources Downstream, Ikenga Ugochinyere, has announced the establishment of multiple technical subcommittees to tackle critical challenges and pending investigations in the oil sector. Ugochinyere said the technical subcommittees will work towards fast-tracking the investigation of pending referrals to the committee, address crucial matters and developments that have arisen which threaten sustainability in the downstream sector, with a view to making the downstream sector stronger and more viable. The newly constituted subcommittees and their mandates include allegations of Dangote refinery planned takeover of petroleum products transportation/retailing, turnaround maintenance of refineries, the current state of the refineries, and suggested way out. Ugochinyere said the House committee is expected to receive reports from the subcommittees in the coming weeks as part of a broader legislative effort to reposition the nation's oil and gas industry. Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Uche Nnaji, says that the federal government remains committed to driving agrivoltaic farming to boost food and energy production in the country. Nnaji said this in Abuja at the Maiden International Agrivoltaics Workshop and official unveiling of the book titled Democratizing the Sun, Agrivoltaics and the Future of Farming in Nigeria and Africa. He said agrivoltaic farming, also known as agri-solar, is a practice of integrating solar panel systems into agricultural land use. According to him, the Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology is committed to driving Nigeria's transition to a diversified knowledge-based economy through strategic innovation. And now to foreign news. The humanitarian crisis in Gaza is deepening, with at least 10 more Palestinians reported to have died from hunger in the past 24 hours, bringing the total number of starvation-related deaths to 111, including more than 80 children. According to the Gaza Health Ministry, forced starvation is accelerating across the territory as ongoing Israeli bombardments hamper humanitarian access and aid delivery. A coalition of 109 international aid organizations is sounding the alarm, urging immediate global action against Israel. They warn that mass starvation is spreading and the enclave is on the brink of full-scale famine. And away from all that, now sports. Controversy continues to trail Italian tennis star Yannick Sinner as he reunites with former fitness coach Umberto Ferrara months after Ferrara was sacked following a doping scandal. Ferrara was dismissed in the summer of 2024 after Sinner tested positive for the banned anabolic steroid clostebol. Despite the fallout, Sinner has consistently denied any wrongdoing, blaming the incident on errors within his support team. Though he had initially cut ties with both Ferrara and physiotherapist Giacomo Naldi, Sinner publicly described Ferrara as an excellent coach during the ATP finals in Turin last November. In a surprise move, Sinner's management confirms Ferrara is back on board to help prepare the world number one for upcoming tournaments, including the Cincinnati Open and the US Open. And that's all for the news. At 4, always drive within the specified speed limits. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. On X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961, on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. Visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. You can also listen to Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM live on My Lagos app for timely updates. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration strengthened alliances with 200 representatives from various women-focused NGOs in the state as part of efforts to alleviate the economic plight of women residents in the state? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Governors of Ogun, Ondo, Ekiti, Kogi, Niger, Taraba, Jigawa states converged on Lagos as Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu launched a 500 billion naira Produce for Lagos off-taker program to boost food security, affordability, and to strengthen agro partnerships. Chairman of the House of Representatives Committee on Petroleum Resources Downstream, Ikenga Ugochinyere, has announced the establishment of multiple technical subcommittees to tackle critical challenges and pending investigations in the oil sector. We also told you that the humanitarian crisis in Gaza is deepening, with at least 10 more Palestinians reported to have died from hunger in the past 24 hours, bringing the total number of starvation-related deaths to 111, including more than 80 children. And in sports, controversy continues to trail Italian tennis star Yannick Sinner as he reunites with former fitness coach Umberto Ferrara, months after Ferrara was sacked following a doping scandal. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. And that ends the news broadcast compiled by Zainab Adibeshin. I am Akan Usen. Thanks for listening and please stay safe.